We are Free Seed on Soho. Also, if you want to listen next week, we're Wednesday, 10 till 12, and you can follow us on Twitter at Free Seed on Soho, and kind of follow us with the show.
And all the other shows as well.
www.sohoradiolondon.com.
So we're here with Frankie from The Darkness, Frankie Poullain.
Welcome,
Hello.
Frankie.
Poullain.
Well,
Yeah.
we were debating that whether it was sort of Frankie Poullain.
I know. Well, I do take liberties with it. We have a self-referencing song. Bands, I guess, self-referencing is when bands start to refer to themselves in the songs. You know, like a band member's name here or there. For example, on the last album we had "She's Just a Girl," Eddie, which was Justin's song to heal Ed's broken heart. But we also had the song, which what was it called again? Second Fiddle, which was when Dan had his guitar out and he said, "What can I sing about?" And I said, "Just sing about you and Justin." And then the first line that came out of his mouth was "Second Fiddle all of my life."
Is that how he feels, Dan?
Yeah, and in the chorus, so coming back to the Frankie Poullain thing, in the chorus it was "We the Hawkins brothers," and then I scream out, "And I am Frankie Poullain." And the reason I say Poullain is because it was the only thing that would rhyme with "This is Eddie Graham." Eddie Graham. So we changed the pronunciation of Ed's name, the drummer, and my name. That's quite a long story to start off with. Sorry.
No, that's good. Man. So, going back before The Darkness, if we start there, because I met you in, I can't remember the year now. Do you remember the year?
96 or 97.
96 or 97. And you all lived in this house in Shepherd's Bush.
My band was West at the time.
That was it. West, you were in West.
Yeah, West was Dan Hawkins on rhythm guitar. I played bass. Jamie Flynn on vocals. Jamie Flynn was a friend of Greg Alexander, big American songwriter.
Dan was actually playing drums in West, wasn't he?
As well. Dan's like almost like a kind of I don't mean this in an inflated kind of way, but I mean like Paul McCartney in the Beatles situation, where basically he's the best drummer, best bassist, best guitarist in the band type thing. Because technically he's just got that kind of
he's
like Dave Grohl, like he's got that kind of
he was doing
the musical
synchronicity, kind of the perfect time, and you know.
But then you changed into Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
And
an Empire.
And Justin was on the keyboards, I remember.
Yeah, Justin would come over to stay weekends in that house.
Who was the drummer of Empire?
Guy called Steve Sargent.
Was this before or after you were a tour guide in Venezuela, or is that just
before?
Was it?
Yeah. Because the tour guide thing happened when Empire didn't work out as a band. So Dan, who was the guitarist, Justin the keyboardist, we tried to find a new singer, audition different singers, and that didn't work out either. So then we just kind of took a bit of time out, and in that time I went to Venezuela where my brother was operating in adventure tourism, and he just got this contract to take these Danish students on these 6-month programs. So I did the first program.
You know, when I saw you with Empire, so I remember it was all very kind of, self-conscious a bit. Do you know what I mean? It was all very kind of
we're all shy and everything.
Yeah, it was a sort of shy. Well,
that's why I became The Darkness, because The Darkness is almost a way for shy people to kind of dress up and become something else. Yeah,
I suppose because it's almost like an act, isn't it? It's kind of like
it's just that thing of extending a part of your personality, and it's definitely dressing up is definitely. I think there's something about a great way for shy people or less kind of extrovert people to pretend they are extrovert. Yeah.
Was there quite a big difference between sort of the starting out of The Darkness and then sort of getting rejected? I don't know how many years it was, but then, or months, weeks, you know. But and then to when you actually released Permission to Land, and it was just a massive. I mean, it
made us almost angry, because when we became successful, we were actually almost angry. we kind of forgot to let go of the anger. So we did that thing. Which it's okay to slag people off on the way up, but you're not supposed to do it when you're at the top, kind of thing. So we made the mistake of carrying on, dissing people when we were at the top, and that doesn't look so good.
That was Black Shook from Permission to Land by The Darkness. Earlier on this week, we went and visited Frankie Poullain.
Got it right.
Yeah, I got it right. And he was telling us about the darkness, past and present, and the ill-fated second album. I say ill-fated because, well, as you'll hear, Frankie will tell you why.
Well, I was in the studio for the second album, but then the atmosphere started getting really bad. It was really long and drawn out process, and it was a horrible atmosphere, a very poisonous atmosphere.
And why do you think that was? I mean, do you think that was because...
Lots of reasons. To be honest, I don't think we'd have time to go into, because there's so many different things. There was so many permutations to do with management, the brother thing, people doing different drugs, and just not connecting with each other.
Yeah.
The four of us just stopped spending time with each other. We were never in the same room, just the four of us. There was always other people, and it all became quite poisonous. And, it was stupidly, we were just really stupid. But I'm glad we had an opportunity to do it again.
Was it Justin that got back in touch with you?
Well, various ones at different points. There was, I guess Justin did the official email, he had just touched base a couple of times to ask how I was getting on. We were talking about playing tennis sometime, and then I could see that he'd turned the corner because he'd gone 3-4 years without a drink.
Right.
And now it's 6 years, I think.
So he's still not drinking now?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's done 6 years now, yeah. So he basically was in a really good frame of mind and was trying to kind of get all the negativity from the past out there, working through it. So he did that thing as part of the 12 steps, I think it was at first.
Right.
Getting in touch with people and touching base.
Yeah.
And then it extended to kind of getting together musically.